Hope everyone is well. How are you doing, everyone? Another defeat, another match, same manager, same tactics, same habits, same form, 180 million worth of players in. If anything, worse results, worse performance than before. The players are bored. There's no motivation. The fans are bored. I fell asleep twice on the sofa. I went to the garage to do other things. I go to games live, go downstairs for a drink after 35, 40 minutes. There's nothing going on. Absolutely boring, piss boring football, predictable, garbage of a press conference. I don't know if any of you have seen David Moyes' press conference after the Everton defeat to one of the worst teams in the Premiership. Apologies to our Everton fans, but Everton Football Club are one of the worst teams in the Premiership, right? But respect to the club. Well done on your win. You shouldn't be anywhere near getting 3 points from West Ham. Respect to Nottingham Forest again. You're one of the worst teams in the league. I'll stick to that, and you are. No, nothing from that. Villa, don't know how he won that 1-0. Absolute garbage of a performance in that game. Worst Chelsea team in years. You go 1-0 up with 20 minutes to go, and you lose it 2-1. You're trying to hang on for a point or a win. Pathetic. You play Tottenham. It's clearly a good chance to win all 3 points. You don't do anything. You dilly and dally with your trusted army. That press conference is absolute full of garbage. Absolutely full of garbage. It's a manager. First of all, like I said, thank you for the hard work. Thank you for the time you've been at West Ham. Thank you for doing whatever you've done for us. But it's time to move on. It's a ruthless world out there. I love my club. And 2-3 years at a club often is enough. I want you to go. You've got nothing left in the locker. You can see it from your face. You were lost 2-3 days ago, 2-3 games ago. I saw the same in Pellegrini. I saw the same in Bilic. And we took so long getting rid of Bilic and getting rid of Pellegrini, especially Pellegrini. I remember that Newcastle game. I think we got whacked 4-1 at home. Zabaleta was marking Maxine, whatever. Absolutely got ripped to shreds. We're not getting ripped. We're not getting thrashed. But we got nothing to offer up front. You had Paqueta playing in that number 10 role. I didn't see any of the team that when they get the ball, they give it to him and then we attack. And he tries to make things happen. They never passed the ball to him once. He was kind of playing like a CDM, trying to chase their wingers, their defenders when they had the ball deep in their half. Garbage tactics. You buy Paqueta, you buy him for a reason. You change the way you play. I don't know if it's mind games between you and the board. Are you taking the mick out of the club and the fans? Is it you're stuck up, they're stuck up, and we're the victims in the middle? I'm sick of it. Absolutely sick of it, right? We're in the middle of it, especially the great fans who went over to Everton. What do they see? It's a long journey home. It's bloody super expensive these days for everything. And this is the garbage you offer. Absolutely not even an effort to win the game. No ideas what you're trying to do. I don't even know what your tactics are. It's kind of keep ball, play it sideways, retain possession. But in terms of, listen, mate, you got to score goals to win games. You're not trying to win games. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to get to the 70th minute and it's 0-0 and then I might bring on Scamacca or Cornet then or Benrahma? It's sickening. You saw the team lineup, and I mentioned to you guys, I hate saying it. I see the lineup and I don't even want to watch the game. I don't even want to watch the game. I did my videos, and you know, Jazz, I'm not stupid. I follow football for a long time. I love my club probably more than anyone, right? I did that Poch video, and you thought, he's mad. But to be fair, most of you supported me. The few people that didn't, they're in line with me now, and all the other channels are copying what I did now. I'm the first, the bravest to call it, and I don't do it for the show. I don't do no clickbait. I know you guys say that. I don't. I do a show, I have strong opinions, and I back it up, like today, right? You know Jazz long enough. I'm not a clown. I'm not one of those attention-seeking channels and things. I'm not. I've been in the game for a number of years, right? This is my second channel I've had. I've been on other channels for 5, 6, 7 years. They all know me. I see things. I've got talent to spot things early. I follow football a long time. I can make up my mind quickly on a player if he's going to be good or bad. or if things are even going wrong, I'm total amateur, but even you guys, you're watching a game, you know things ain't going right, right? You saw Tottenham, you saw Chelsea, you saw Villa, completely wrong setup. You saw the lineup today, 4 nails, and Tony up front. Out of form and Tony up front. Out of form Bowen in the wing. 4 nails, out of form there. And then you got the chicken in the middle, the victim, you got Paqueta in the middle, right? And out there to hang him out there, right? Got Souček out there who's up and down for 2 years. You drop Emerson for Uncle Cressy. You don't play Areola. You got Fab in there. Fine, that's up to you. How does that look like a team that's got 180 million injected into it? And you're playing Everton, who are been struggling like anything. You got nothing to offer them. And then you try and do that press conference and pretend that you're not happy. And then he's like, yeah, we made substitutions and things are beginning to happen. Cornet had a couple of chances, but I don't want to say nothing against the people that are on there. They were trying as well. There's definitely some kind of table tennis game going on here between David Moyes and the board. And we're the victims, right? He's got to go for me. He's got to go for me. We've got to bring this man in. And again, I'm sticking up for him. You've got to bring him in. And I told you, I've done a video. I'm not going to go through it again. You've got to bring this man in now. Or at least bring someone else in. Not Warburton. You've got to bring someone fresh in, right? You've got to do it. We're bottom of the league. It's a relegation form since November, December. Number of defeats are unbelievable. One last good performance, April against Lyon. It's not good enough. You beat Silkeborg, wow. You beat Viborg, wow. And it's like you look at the stats and it's 50-50. They're at the same shots they've had, same shots you've had, right? Football is relatively simple. You grab it, you play it forward, you score a goal to win a goal. You can't win if you don't score a goal. How long are you going to keep defensive? How long are you going to keep your shape? You're setting up like you're playing against Real Madrid. It's Everton. It's Villa. It's Forest. We're better than them. We should be imposing our players, our good tactics on the other team, not the other way around, right? But you sit there and you're so negative, and it's a great thing when you come in. That works when you're struggling. But listen, we've kind of moved away from that, and you're just, oh, I didn't want that many players to come in. Oh, well, why didn't you buy 1 or 2 in the window before that? Why didn't you play Vlasic? He seems to be doing all right at Torino. Haller seems to be doing when he left all right. Krall, I'm sure, will carry on and be half-decent player. You let all the youngsters go. Ashby's on the way out. You didn't play Downs when he's in form. You don't play Skamaka. If anything, you have a go at him in front of the press. You bring him on when you're like losing. I mean, what is he meant to do in 20 minutes? And if he doesn't turn it around, then you don't play him the next game anyway. Then you stick him in the Europa. It's going on and on and on. And you are your own worst victim, Mr. Moyes. You had the world at your feet and you threw it away, mate. You absolutely threw it away, right? It's up to you. I don't know what your job you're going to get now. It's not my business, but you need to go now. And the board needs to have a meeting tomorrow or Tuesday, probably Tuesday, Wednesday, because of what's happening on Monday with Her Majesty the Queen funeral. And I don't care what manager you get. You better get your finger out and you better have a few ideas. I want Poch. He will come, but you got to show the ambition and the money, right? And he'll do a half-decent job for you, better than David Moyes by a notch, right? And I've just had enough. I've absolutely had enough. And it's just, like I said, I don't go to as many games as I used to. I've just had enough. But let's go for the chat, see what's happening, and I'll just carry on. I'm just fuming, mate. Ryan's not happy. Hasn't been happy for a while. So, yeah, understand that, mate. Respect you. Yep, that's fine. That's fine, mate. Let me know who you think is the answer and why. Like I did a whole backup, didn't I, Hammerhead? Why I think Poch is the best man. So my summary points for Poch were 50 versus 59. Never had a bad season in the Premiership, my man. Number of years with Spurs, number of years with Southampton, a record of bringing youth up. All the big Tottenham players you know today came through this man. He's got enthusiasm. He's got one to get over Tottenham down the road. For me, this is the one, mate. But Hammerhead, you let me know who you think, mate. Yeah, how you doing, Governor? Absolutely, mate. It's absolutely appalling how you can go backwards with 180 million worth of spend. How you can't even, you're not even on, you're actually worse than what you were last year, and you've got 180 million being spent. Absolutely, Danny, mate. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely atrocious, mate. Interesting, Danny. What I said on the show earlier was, why didn't you, if you knew, listen, we knew we're not doing well. It's kind of alarming what's happening with David, right? Why don't you just be brave enough, get rid of him, get a new manager, give him the 200 million? But no, you've given a guy that much money. He doesn't even want to play any of them. He doesn't want to play any of them to their strengths. He's bad mouthing him in the press. He's trying to demolish Benrahma. He's trying to demolish Skamaka. He's trying to demolish Emerson. He's trying to demolish Cornet. What more proof do you want of this guy? Why are you going around sulking? If they're not your players, they'll walk out and resign then, because they're breaking your contract then. Because usually in the contracts, as a manager is about to buy players. If you're not and you're buying the players, they're meant to be better than what you've got, and you said the squad. Why are you not playing them? Why are you not starting with the better players you bought in the window, and the ones that have been out of form for fucking long time, stick them on the bench? But no, I'm going to carry on playing with them. Carry on Antonio up front. Carry on Fornals up there. Carry on out of form Bowen up there. Carry on with Suchek in the middle. And I'll bring Daddy Creswell back in. And I'll keep Grandpa Fabianski in goal. That's fabulous. It's my club you're destroying, my man. And you are destroying the good work you've done and your kind of image with the club. You are a sad figure. You are a broken figure. You couldn't motivate anyone, mate. You couldn't motivate Banana Man to unpeel a banana, mate. You've lost it. And before it gets stupid, and just go, mate. Just get out. Absolutely sick of it, mate. Yeah, I'll drive him out there, mate. I'm bloody annoyed. I feel so sorry for him, mate. I feel so sorry for you, mate. What I usually do, Danny, is I put on one of the old John R videos on, or good Harry Redknapp games. Yeah, a couple of them. Make you happy, mate. Sinclair down the wing, Berkovic, Ben Yoon, Harewood, Kitson, Hartson, Dixie. Bloody hell, none of that going at the moment, mate. Usual suspect. How you doing, sir? Hope you're well, mate. Everything, mate, usual. I don't know where to start. I can't believe that. If I listen, imagine you came out of a long sleep today and you saw that game, and then I told you, mate, we've spent 180 million in the summer. You'd be like, what? This is worse than what was. And you telling me, have we bought 8 players? Where are they? What? How do we embedded in? Well, we've got a new striker. Where is he? Where is the new striker? Where's this new left winger? Where is he? Burnley. My God, we got Cornet from Burnley. Wow. We've signed Paqueta, 50, 60 million pound regular Brazil World Cup playmaker. Paqueta, I feel so sorry for him, mate. Private message me, Ryan, on Twitter, or there's my Twitter address. Yeah, private message me on there on Facebook, and I'll get you on the future shows, mate. No problem, mate. Yeah, so they've got a meeting tomorrow, have they, mate? Thank God for that. It's a bank holiday, but who cares? Get him out. Get him out, mate. Get him out of my club. But thank you. But get out of here. Get out of here, mate. Absolute garbage football. Welcome, Sean. Hope you're doing well, my man. Hope you're doing well. Skamaka is such a great player, mate. Such a great player. Listen, I know it's only Viborg. Remember that finish, that movement? That shot. Remember that goal last week? Well, 3-4 days ago on the bench. Did Tony have one shot in the whole game on target? I don't think so, mate. Absolutely pathetic, mate. Absolutely pathetic. Seriously. I don't mind, mate. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind. Yeah, what a great club, because one of my good friends follows them really well and gave me the good news of the Spurs result. So great name. Yeah, get in there. I wouldn't mind, mate. We need to change the Hammerhead. Yeah, need to change, don't we? Oh, mate, it's painful, isn't it? It sounds like Costa Gugu, doesn't it? That was a dumb old man, isn't it? Costa Gugu video, whatever that was. Do you remember? Dummy boy. All I said, Ryan, was next Spurs West Ham game at home, ideally. Poch in that. Whoa, mate. Whoa. It'll be rocking, mate. Yeah, he has. He's ruining players. Absolutely. Ruining is even like, why would you keep playing a tired, out of form players? 4 or 5 of them are all out of form, and for one reason or another, they're mentally tired from the last 2 years, mate. They need a rest. They need a challenge. Look at Son, right? If that was David Moyes, he'd just keep on playing him non-stop. Conte takes him out, puts him back in, hat-trick in 11 minutes. Why do you just keep playing them? They're out of form. They're just running around like robots. Don't know what they're trying to do. There's no end product. There's no sign of an end product. There's no sign of any tactics. There's no sign of any sort of interchanging passes, great play, defense splitting passes, great set plays. Look at the corners. You and me could take better corners than all of them. Shocking corners, shocking set pieces, everything. It was bad. It was bad. Alex, how you doing, my man? You right? Nah, he's lost. He's lost, mate. He's come to a closed door, a brick wall, mate, and it's embarrassing now when you know you've lost everything. You've got no motivation. The players don't want to listen to you. You're trying to make things up in the press conference. Even the press conference, he can't make things up, mate. He's just like garbage after garbage, mate. I hope so, Ryan. I hope so. For my sake, for my club's sake, for your fans' sake, mate. But well done. Thank you. Get out of here. That's the heart. It's harsh, but that's life, mate. It doesn't happen anymore, does it, mate? Players never put the what's that request to? Well, they used to be the players used to put in, but they used to lose their bonus, so they're doing it. They don't do it anymore. Transfer request, isn't it, mate? They don't do it anymore. Anything's possible, and you're never good enough to get relegated, aren't you, mate? Yep. And Alex, that went on for far too long, mate. They took another 4 or 5 games before getting rid of him. That went on, and it was like, oh my god, it's 3-0, it's 4-0, it's 5-0. Oh, mate, just do it, mate. Just do it. Oh, Richard, it was bad. Richard, that was bad. I'd said to them, like, I said, I might put it on in the garage. I need to do some little crappy little things I put off in a while. I'll be back in 10 minutes, and then I had a feeling. I mean, Mopey, and Callum Wilson, they always score against West Ham. Always. Tell me about Mopey in the chat. 13 million, back up to Skamaka, like I always said. What a great finish, mate. Striker's finish, isn't it? Yeah, but are the other team, will the club hopefully sell the project to Poch? I hope so. Before Villa do, and Everton and teams like that, Razor. But I hope you're well, Razor. Oh, mate. Hang on a minute. Put your name in there. Put your name in there if you want, and I'll look for you. Yeah, put your name in there, and I'll look for you. No, put it. You have to find me on Twitter. There's my Twitter, mate. Yeah, get on Twitter. Send me a Twitter message at Jazz West Ham. That's the easiest one, mate. Because Facebook, I'm on it like just to post to bloody show things. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, God, how shall I do it then? Hang on a minute. Have you got Facebook then? You got Facebook? Yeah. There's my name. You find me on Facebook. That's my name on Facebook. Find that deal, yeah? Anyway, let me go on. Oh, is he? I don't follow him. Okay. Oh, Ryan, he sent me a message of you. Let's have a look, mate. What he sent you on Facebook. There's nothing on Twitter. Let's see on Facebook. I haven't got a message on Facebook, Ryan, or Twitter, mate. So I went on Facebook messages. Oh, message request. Hang on a minute. Yeah, but these are from... I don't even know these people. No, I don't know that, guys. Anyway, going to a minute, yeah. Yeah, it might be too late to get on today's show, but yeah, that's my Facebook. I put the Facebook name on it and Twitter. So yeah, get me on Twitter, you lot. Yeah, I can never see the club being that organised, that proactive, and getting rid of him, and then have the balls to have a chat with Pochettino the previous 8-9 days. If you know, listen, we say all kinds of things against Spurs, but the last two people they've sacked, they've had the next one in 3 days, or within. Mourinho was announced within 48 hours, 20. We're not that organised, and to get a deal done with Mourinho takes many days and weeks, right? We ain't got the guts. We're not that organised. We're just a bit slow, and everything we do, mate. And even with Poch, he hasn't even got a club. We're still gonna dilly and dally and how much you want? It's gonna go on and on and on, and we'll see what happens, mate. Yeah, can't be that many of them around, is it? I don't know. I don't follow. I don't know, mate. I don't know. All I know is that the Dutch guy's a Rangers manager, isn't it, mate? Well, today, okay. We'll preserve that, mate. We'll have that. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, 8 o'clock, innit? We'll do that. We'll do that. Thanks for telling me, mate. I can't read that anymore, is it? Silence, was it? 8 p.m. today. I'll have a look here. Let me have a look. Hang on. Right, that's done. Thank you for telling us that, mate. Much appreciated. What about me, Alex? I got a little bit from my good old friend saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." Started in the Chelsea game, didn't it? But I understand that. It's fine. trying to get that thing open again. I don't know, it's gone. Jazz messing about again, isn't it? Bloody hell, last show I bloody kicked myself out. Anyway, I'm not going to mess about anymore. Yeah, don't worry about it, mate. The best thing to do is not read them or don't respond, mate. Otherwise, yeah. But for me, yeah, there's a few. Not many. The majority, not many, mate. Most of them you don't even know who they are. They just pop on, whatever. I like it. I love it. I'm fine. I do those videos. I'm confident. I'm not scared of anyone. I put them out there. You know what I'm like. Boom, boom. You're not personally saying anything to anyone. I'm suggesting an idea, a view, and backing it up, and that's it. It's kind of normal. You say yes or no. There's no need to say go and support another club and all that. What the hell's all that about, mate? Jesus Christ. But yeah, don't worry about it, mate. No, I want Pochettino in, mate. I want Pochettino in. That's it, mate. That's it, mate. How you doing, sir? Hope you're doing well, mate. How are you doing, mate? Forge for Minds are doing all these great interviews with past players. So subscribe and follow Forge for Minds. My good friends Gatesy and Duke. They've done David Cross. They've done Stuart Slater. Done Tony Carr. Doing Tom McAllister next. So I've sent my video questions to each and every video. Absolutely brilliant, mate. And the difference with these guys is, to be honest, yeah, some of them have been on many channels and it's kind of repetitive, overkill. But with this channel, when they interview ex-players, it's between the two. So they're interchanging questions, interchanging points of view, and it's kind of quite long. So it's not rushed, and then you're making a player think about things that they perhaps haven't thought about saying before. And there's stories that are coming out that are different. And they are interviewing players at the moment who've had reasonably long careers at West Ham. You know, you David Cross, good number of years, Tony Carr all his life, you know. So, yeah, it's very interesting. And it's not always the same question. So that's what I like about it. So, yeah, Gatesy, thank you, matey. If you don't dream, you don't get anything, Trini. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. How you doing? You're right, matey. Oh, have you? All right, let me see, matey. Ryan's on a mission. Ryan, I've got a message, actually. Yes. Oh, my God, it's Ryan. All right, 1 minute, mate. Right, I've got to send this on Twitter. Give me 1 minute, everyone. Trying to get Ryan on the show. Hang on a minute. How do I get that? There we go. How do I close the screen on this? Hang on a minute. 1 minute, everyone. Oh my God! I've got my Twitter on my other screen, mate. Oh, Ryan. I need to keep. I can't open my Safari thing. How do I minimize? I'm trying to minimize my thing so I can get message onto. Oh, bloody hell. Give me 1 minute, everyone. 1 minute. I'm trying to sort this out while I do this. Flipping hell. Thing is, this Melon hasn't got an app like StreamYard. Hang on. I can't get the window up, Ryan. I'm trying to close this window so I can open up a Safari window, open up Twitter, copy and paste from Melon onto your message, mate. And I can't do it while the show's live, mate. I've got your request, but I can't send you the link in there. But that's in May, that message, deal from someone called. It's a different name. Is that you on Facebook? You guys do my nuts in, you know that. It's hard for me while the show's live to get you in there. DYL Singh, is that you? So you got a Y instead of the L. You nutter, mate. Right, let me carry on with the show, and then I'll try to. Yeah, I don't want to stop the show, but yeah, but now I know it's you, and I know it's you, Ryan. You got to get on the next show, then, yeah. Unless I sort it out, but I don't want to stop the show and try to get you on now because it's causing me a bit of issue. Yeah, I can't minimize this. I've got an Apple Mac. It's a pain in the backside, man. I'm telling you. I've got two screens there, Apple Mac there, and then this is on Chrome because it don't work on any other bloody browser. Then they've got Safari in the background that I normally share. It is a minefield, mate. Trust me. Anyway. Very simple, isn't it? Yeah. And if you're signing a player who's certain way, say Paqueta, you got to change it. You got to make him your number 10, put your arm around him, give him the ball as much as you can. He's obviously should be the one. As soon as you got possession, give it to him. He's got the tricks, he's got the skill, but no one gave him the ball. He was lost in the thick of the play. He didn't even stand out. Couldn't even tell we got a player like that on the pitch. Absolute joke, mate. Absolute joke. I wouldn't mind. Cockney Reject, how you doing, matey? I wouldn't mind, but I know most of them don't. I wouldn't mind. Because bear in mind that it's about, it's only 2 years of life of a manager these days. 2, 3, max. So if he comes up, he picks us up because the squad's already there, the base is already there, the foundation is already there. He can take us up there. I'm still trying to close the screen. No, I ain't gonna happen, mate. I've got my cursor up there, but I even lost them. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I don't want nothing happening to this stream. Do you know what I mean? No, it's not happening, mate. I've got it. It just happened. Yep, I've got it. It's so weird, this bloody Apple Mac. Right, what I can do now, add a guest, copy the link, and then I go into my Twitter. So I'll send it to you, Ryan, in a minute. Yeah, mate, get you on, you naughty boy. Messages. There's naughty Ryan with his dodgy haircut, and then I've got to. Right, I've sent it to you, Ryan. Next one on the line is Mr. Dil Singh. Dil Baji, where are you? And let me send that to you now. And then I'll be back. Yeah. Oh, I hate doing two things at once. You know what men are like. We hate double tasks, don't we, everyone? Facebook. So you're on Facebook, are you? Flipping hell, man. Jesus Christ. Oh, get lost. Fingerprints and all that sugar. Where's Facebook? Gotcha. You're in there. Do it in there. Allow the cookies. Into Facebook now. Oh, you won't believe how much pain this is causing me. I've accidentally shut that window. Open that. Open that. Into Facebook. Right, that's opened. Shut that down. Allow that. Put my password in there. Log in. Oh my God. Right, now I've got to put in a 6-digit code from my phone app. Look at the pain, right? So I've got to go in there now. There's my Facebook. Right, let's put the code in. Bloody hell, mate. Continue. It's not accepting it. Come on, mate. Yep, that's worked. Continue. Come on, Mr. Facebook. Jesus, this thing's slow. Then you go into Messenger. There's Mr. D Singh. He said yes. Oh my God. Now I've got to paste it in there because I can't see the window. Send it in there. Right, I'm getting on with the show now, right? So you both of you have got the... Right, if you've got issues logging in, I'm not going to have time then. Sort it out, mate. Sort it out. I'm going to close that down because it's going to go bing, 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 bing. Here we go. Right, who was it? Danny boy. Was it you, Danny? Oh, wow. I used to like Panini, mate. Panini. Frankie's on there. Frankie. I sent it to you, Ryan. You should be able to log on, mate. I'm not going to have time to do the show now. No, I'm not going to. Yeah, I sent it to you, Ryan. You've got it now. Right, let's go on with the show. Xavier Martinez. No, you can't think like that anymore, mate, because you know Harry managed Spurs, Portsmouth, West Ham, Tottenham. Nah, it doesn't matter anymore, mate. Played Tottenham, we beat them, and he's in the dugout. Will be forgotten, won't it? He likes Antonio, doesn't he? Yeah, and the World Cup was going to be give us November, whole month off. He can work on the ground, isn't it? Get his coach room team ready, tactics, all that kind of thing, isn't it, mate? Yeah, exactly. Actually, Frankie, you know on the stream, I've just got your chair there, so you're there. You're there. You got to switch off your thing. I can see your chair there show on stream. Yeah, I can click on it and it'll be your chair's there. Yeah, it's still there, mate. Pochettino. Oh, who do you want then, Mr. Arthur? Who do you want then, mate? Del boy. Yeah, but Gary, I'm fed up with the politics, mate. I'm fed up with whose players they are. Just I can only judge on what I see on the pitch. I ain't got no time for why is Ryan not joining in here? What the hell's going on with them two? Ryan, join in, mate. Well, sent. Come on, Mr. Singh, get on in there. And Twitter. Why can't I see you, matey? I've sent you the links now, you naughty boys. Get on your laptops. Get on then. I've sent you the links now. You're on there. You're on there. Can you hear me?
Hey!
I was like, oh,
can hear you 1 sec. Oh, calm down now, mate.
No. We had a funny one where I don't know what I did. I got kicked out of Safari browser or Chrome, and I couldn't get back in. And Ginger carried on by himself. And then I had two of the boys in the chat that wanted to come on, and one's on Messenger, Facebook, the other one's on Twitter Messenger. This is on Chrome. I had to open a Safari separately, and I've sent it to them now, but they're like, yeah, it's difficult. But I saw the David Moyes press conference after we finished, and it's appalling. The man's lost it. He's lost. And listen, you and me have followed football so long. It's just a telltale signs, mate. He's talking garbage.
How many times do we have West Ham manager and we go, they've lost the plot? It's happened every single time. They always lose it, mate. And he's losing the plot, isn't he?
I mean, Gary's saying, whose players are there? Gary, I can't go into politics. I don't know. I don't know. I can only go by what I'm seeing in the players, and then you can see how protective he is of the old players. He said, oh yeah, we made some change, because the guy interviewing says, oh yeah, you made some changes and things began to happen, and he's like, yeah, Cornet had a couple of chances, but I don't want to say nothing against the ones that are on there. They were still trying, and then in a way, and in a way he kind of scored an own goal. He said, yeah, Everton didn't deserve to win. I know they didn't. They were shit as well, but you know, they got 180 million on the bench, have they? Or whatever. Absolute joke, man. But don't have to say anything you don't want to, but I know you got close contacts on the ground, Have you heard anything about a meeting tomorrow or?
I haven't, but I haven't tried to find out anything, if I'm honest, because I was too angry. But I'll put my ear to the ground and see what's going on.
Mr. Ryan, how
You're
you
right.
doing? You all right?
How are you?
I
I'm
love
good,
your hair. I love your haircut, mate. What's that? Oasis or Blur?
No,
What was...
it's really long. It's really long. Got a little Jack Grealish trend.
Go for it, mate. Annie, first of all, welcome, mate.
Cheers. Thank you.
That's good. No, thank you for following the channel and everything. But yeah, have you say, mate? Go ahead, go for it.
I just think today was just disgusting from Moyes again. It's just, I don't get what. How can we see it but he doesn't see it? That's what I don't get. Because we've seen that Soucek, however you want to say it, isn't good enough. Kufal isn't good enough, but he still plays them week in, week out. We've all seen that they're not good enough. But 3,000 away fans could see it, but one man in the stadium couldn't, and I don't get that.
And it's kind of, Ryan, it's gone on for a while now. We're not jumping up and down because of this season. It's gone on for, since December, November, since I can go back to the Liverpool game, the 3-2 win at London Stadium, Ogbena's injury. And I looked at Europa, and I think me and Frankie thought, God, we got a chance there, looking at the opposition and the way we're flying in this. But again, we could see the squad isn't big enough. You're not using Vlasic, you're not using Krau. But in January, I thought, he ain't that silly. We're going to bring 1 or 2 in, and we're going to go on and do really good things, finish top 5, top 6, and didn't buy anyone. And we don't know. Yeah, we don't know whose players they are. We don't know the politics going on. We can just look at a team, and it has to lie with the manager. And usually they say it's a results business. That's what people are going to say tomorrow if he goes. And the but always stops with Moyes, because Sullivan owns the club. He's the boss. He's never going to sack himself or the board. We can traditionally only look at Moyes, and we're not anti-West Ham. We are absolutely love West Ham, but we're honest. Like you've said it probably similar time I have 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, Frankie, to be fair, has gone on a bit longer. Frankie ain't going to say it because he's like that, but he wasn't happy with him coming in, and I that's fine. And so he was never like, yeah. So he always knew what the end result will be. But I thought, get 2 years out of him, and we're kind of better than what we were when he came in. Well, I'm not sure now, Frankie. I'm answering that question. Are we better?
No, we have been, haven't we?
Yeah.
There's no question. It's been nice. This is what this is the point, isn't it? Moyes' football. When you win, it's okay. When you lose, it looks terrible. And I keep saying that over and over again, but it is spot on. And it's been nice not to be looking over our shoulder. It's been nice not to have those relegation battles and go through seasons where you're just always worried and nervous and whatever else. But, at the end of the day, there comes a point where you've got to show a bit more ambition than that, mate. And I actually felt like that's where we would get to with Moyes, that we'd need to see more ambition. But instead, these results have dried up completely. It's completely gone, mate. When you look at them stats, what's coming out now about, 2 wins in the last 14 Premier League games and so on. And I can't remember, someone actually just added the points up. Whatever it is, our points from the first 7 games, you end up on, he carries on the same form we're doing now until the end of the season, we end the season on 20 points. It's terrible, mate. Absolutely terrible. So it's not until you put things into context that you actually realise just how bad things are. This is joint worst start to a Premier League season that we've had. It's not good enough.
Have you heard the one about the last 34 games as well?
Yeah.
Won 8 games.
Yeah, it's not good.
Well, 3 goals.
So we win 1 every 4.
Yeah.
3 goals this season is shocking, isn't it? Dill, how you doing? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. How's it going, Jazz?
You make it hard for me, mate. I'm a typical bloke. I can only do one thing at a time, and I'm like trying to mess about. But good to see you. And again, I was saying to Ryan, thank you for following the channel and all the mad things I get up to. But first of all, again, what are you feeling at the moment about the team, about the club, the players? Moyes, just go for it, mate. You know what the channel's like.
I'm not going to lie, Jazz. It's just been the same old story every single week. We start off so slow, and as soon as we concede, we just start getting into action. We start seeing something, which I'm not going to lie. If we start the way we sort of end, we'll have the time to sort of give ourselves a lead, something to go for. But this is like a broken record now. My whole family is like a West Ham. Since we were, I don't know, since I was a young kid, like the whole family, and we've got this massive group chat, and it's just we're all just saying the same thing every single week now, and it's like Moyes has got us to the stage where we're not in like any, we're in relegation sort of position now, but we need that next level, getting past that sort of top half, 7th, 6th, but it's just not happening. It's not happening. It's just getting frustrating now.
It's like you said that when he came in, he was exactly what we needed, we needed. But now we need that little bit more better football.
That X factor, like we've got people like Pochettino now, we've got Skamaka. We want to be playing in proper, really good. I watch like Man City. I know they're different like level, but we've got them flair players now. We've got the Ben Ramas, we've got the Skamakas, we've got the Pochettas, we've got Bowen. If he's, I do believe he needs to just lose his place now. It's worked for Son now. Comes on 11 minutes, hat trick. As Ryan said.
I think someone's got feedback. I don't know if one of you got your phone on in the back or something. Feedback coming from one of you two guys, Ryan or Dill.
I haven't. It might be because I'm on my phone.
Oh, you're better now. Yeah, better now.
Oh, it's because I had my finger under my phone there.
Yeah. Yeah, but what I'm saying is I like things like, when a manager's really animated on a touchline, he's fist pumping, and I love it when he puts his arms around a player, and then he's obviously when they're coming on, he's telling him what to do, and on the I don't see any of that from David Moyes anymore.
Yeah, but even if we're winning 3-0, Moyes will still sit there with, I don't know, just looks like we're losing about 4. He just, I don't get what's wrong with the bloke.
This comment that there's no good managers at the moment, I'm not going to believe that. I don't believe that.
There's always a manager out there, to be fair.
And we can also buy a manager. We've just seen Chelsea do that with Potter. We can buy a manager. Thomas Frank from Brentford. I'm sure West Ham is a big step up from Brentford, and he'd rather go to West Ham. Well, I don't know in the current state of West Ham with the owners, but there's West Ham are a bigger club than Brentford, and that's just true.
I'll tell you what, I used to love Alan Pardew. I don't know if Frankie can have a go at me. I used to love him, right? I love chocolate. I thought he built
He was all right.
No, but he built a whole new team from nothing, and I thought we had some good football under him, good pressing football, and bought loads of players, and then
I'll give you that, mate. And I've watched a few of the games back, like I've said to you in recent times, the City game when Dean Ashton terrorised them and so on. And no one can tell me we play better football now than we played then. I watch them games back and it's exciting football. And I watch it and I go, what I'd give to see that from West Ham now. And we had a brilliant run under him, mate. And he was a wrong one. I hate the bloke's character. I hate his personality. But like you said, he did jump up and down. He did have energy and probably too much energy. That was the problem, I think, wasn't it?
I remember his T-shirts. Was it more than a club or something like that on the touchline and things like that?
Yeah, he brought a really good feel back to West Ham just when we needed it. And this is the point, isn't it? It's gone a bit flat, and we're not seeing Moyes do anything. We're not seeing him change anything. Moyes is making his own bed, right? Because something has to change. And now I think we'd all probably agree that if Moyes could find something different, a 4-3-3 formation, attacking football, turn our fortunes around, get us scoring goals again, get us firing on all cylinders, get us playing how we was previously, getting the determination and getting the spirit back in the team, and we started winning football games again, I think we'd all be happy for Moyes still to be the West Ham manager. But the point is, he isn't showing us anything different. He's doing the same things over and over and over again. And at some point, something's going to have to change with this form. And if Moyes ain't prepared to change it, then the only thing that can change is Moyes. So he's making his own bed, mate, with how he's being Mr. Stubborn, Mr. Set in his ways. And he's giving the ball no option, I think, if he carries on the way he is.
Ryan, when did you begin to lose the plot with Moyes? Do you remember when? Was it Eintracht Frankfurt? Or was it for me? It was when Kresi got sent off twice, and I thought, why is he still in that? I lost it from that time. Yeah,
that was the point. Well, actually, I'd say from January when we didn't sign a striker, it was just
we didn't sign anyone. We didn't sign anyone.
We didn't sign anyone, but we needed a striker. But he's just too stubborn. He just there's nothing out there.
I don't need anything. Yeah.
No, that's the problem. And also, what I was going to bring on for a point was, that he's saying we're in a rebuild phase in all of his press conferences.
No.
Tell me how many players that we've brought in out of the 8 started today. What, Carrere and Paqueta? That two, and the other 9 have been playing for 2 seasons. So why do they now look like they can't kick a ball 5 yards to each other?
And you're right, but it's not just that. You can handle going through a rebuild phase when it's just something's not quite clicking. But when you look at 19th in the league for sprints, that means they're just not running. That's not nothing to do with. There's nothing to do with rebuild. That's the squad is not running for you. 20th in tackles. We're literally bottom of the table for tackles put in. 18th for possession, 16th for shots, 19th for chances created, and 19th for possession. That isn't a rebuild. That's your team and not playing for you no more, mate. That's as simple as that.
I put that in the comments earlier. I said it's not also that Moyes is just crap, because that's what he is now. He's been crap. It's that also the players don't want to play for him anymore.
Yeah.
They're bored of him. They're bored of playing, just sitting back, counter-attack, what we do all the time. It's boring. We went to, Silkeborg, and we played 5 at the back versus the Village. We played a Village, and we played 5 at the back. Like, what is he doing?
But Moyes is clearly petrified of losing football matches at the moment. Yeah. He knows he needs to stop the rot. He knows he needs to start to win football matches. And I really do believe this. I think a lot of it comes down to his comfort blanket that was Stuart Pearce is no longer there anymore. That was his little comfort blanket. They had their own little plans. They come up with what they wanted to do. He's gone. Now Moyes is a little bit clueless. He's got these new players. What do I do with them? We're on bad form. I've got to turn it around. You know, and I really do think he's setting up to hold this shape. He's literally saying to everybody, just sit in, don't press, just hold this shape, try and nick something on the counter-attack. That's how he's trying to win a football game. He is petrified, but that rubs off on the players. If you're setting a team up to literally say, don't lose your shape, don't come out of position, sit in, hold the game, get to half-time 0-0, come out in the second half. Right, now we'll try and nick a goal. That just rubs off on the players. The players lose confidence. Souček's losing confidence. Football's all about momentum. It's all about, like, you know, that's and confidence. And at the moment, we're shot of it. And I think that's coming down from the manager to the rest of the players. And I don't see how that changes. I don't see how Moyes suddenly overnight goes, I'm all of a sudden going to be this confident manager who's going to throw Antonio and Scamacca at Wolves in our next game at home, and we're going to go 2 up front and we're going to give it to them and go and win a positive result. I just don't see Moyes doing that. So I don't see how this situation turns around. I really don't.
Dill, do you know anything about the Celtic manager? A lot of people are going on about him. I don't follow him.
Yeah. You know what? He's got a good attitude. Like, because obviously, I think he's got an Australian background. He's got like a sort of.
That's the one. Oh,
he's the Aussie guy, yeah, Greek sort of Aussie fella. But no, like he plays. I know they lost today, Celtic, but he does play some attacking football. Like, and I know it's the Scottish league, but I think right now we just need someone with a. Not just that one-dimensional now. It's just every single game, honestly, I'm just looking at that. I checked the squad sheet just before and I'm like, you can bank your money on that it's going to be the same squad. But the thing is, I'd have actually more respect for Moyes if he actually played with, tried something different. I know he's tried 3-5-2 with Emerson and, on the left and right. But 4-2-2-2, even today, having Scamacca and Antonio up front and just getting the balls up there. It's just that typical, last couple of games before that, it had been Rama and Bowen just sitting, running around the front, nothing holding up. So we're just getting attacked, like waves after wave after wave. Nearly got a 3-3 in midweek in the Europa. It's like last year, them Europa games were comfortable. We had a smaller squad. Now we've got these giant sort of, signings now. Scamacca scored a good goal. I don't know. I just feel like he just needs to mix it up a bit more. Then I'll have more respect. If we lose, fair enough. But if he's trying the same method again and again, it's just getting ridiculous, Ridiculous.
If he tries something new today and you go and get beat 3-2 or something, you
100%.
Turn around and go, do you know what? We tried something new, fair enough. But we went and lost anyway, so it's no good.
First halves are just disgusting. First halves are just typical, like just... same old, and then second half we try to do something, but then it's just too late, and it's just again and again.
It's getting cozy in here. I've got Gatesy here, my good old friend. Gatesy, how you doing, mate?
Honestly, honestly,
Go for it, Gatesy. Go for it, son.
it's not past 9 o'clock, so I won't go full in.
No, first of all,
shall I?
First of all, Gatesy is from Forge from Irons channel, West Ham channel. Please subscribe. All you, it's absolutely. There's hundreds of you in the chat watching. Subscribe to Forge from Irons channel. At the moment, they're doing a great retro interviews with past players of our great history. They've done David Cross. Some of your fathers will know that. Well, I know David Cross anyway. They've done Tony Carr, the academy guy, all his life at West Ham. They've done Stuart Slater. He scored 2 goals the first ever game Upton Park I saw, 1989. They're about to do Tom McAllister, who was in goal, 84, 85. So follow the channel. They've been going on for a good while now. So, yeah, go ahead, Gatesy. No problem,
mate.
Go ahead.
Honestly, I don't know what you boys have covered, and good evening to you. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. I dare say you're probably not. You're probably in the same boat as me.
We're used to it now.
Thoroughly pissed off. I don't know about you boys, but when that starting 11 was put out, I just looked at it and went, "Oh fuck, seriously." I mean, look. I mean, what has to happen? Souček, Bowen, Fornals.
Actually, Dill, it might be feedback from your end, Dill. I don't know. Try muting yourself, Dill. It might be from your end, I think. Yeah, try. Yeah, go ahead.
Is that better?
Go ahead, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, I mean, just there's so many players that have been bang out of form for months, not just this season,
still there.
It
doesn't matter. I don't know what it is.
No,
you can. No, you carry on.
Back end of last season to this, and these players are still playing. Souček, Bowen being 2 principal examples. Yeah. You look at on the bench, you've got people like Ben Rama. Now I know he's not everybody's cup of tea, but he had a couple of games this season where he's came on, he's played well. The game away at Forest, the game away at Villa, both times he's played well. And what was his reward? He was slung back on the bench the next game. Yeah. Bowen can play as shit as he likes, and he will start the next game guaranteed, just because he's one of Moyes' favourites. Flynn Downs has an absolutely storming performance against FCSB. What's his result the following game? He's on the bench on Thursday. I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's going to play him against Everton. No, he's on the bench, doesn't get fucking used. I mean, what must these players be thinking? They must be sitting there looking at the players on the pitch that are taking to the pitch every single fucking game that have played shit, right? And they're sitting there just going, what the fuck do I have to do? Why are they on the pitch and I'm over here getting splinters in my ass? I mean, seriously, what I am beginning to think. I'm sorry, I'm getting.
No, but you are the most calmest person I know. So for you to see you like this, it's
seriously, I'm looking and it's like, has he lost the dressing room? Has he lost the dressing room? Because you look at the stats, right, in terms of sprints and all the rest of it, we're way down. And this is something that when Moyes walked through the door, these were the sort of stats that we were kicking out under Pellegrini. And he obviously got shifted out and Moyes come in and the stats went up and fine, no problem. But we're back to where we were before he walked through the door. Now, that to me says that something ain't right in the dressing room. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's the little experiment that's happened between Thomas Souček and Declan Rice's roles being reversed. I don't know whether it's one thing that I wondered was, did the players get the ump with the story about Alex Crowell going to his car last season and basically being in floods of tears and that they've got the ump over that? I don't know what it is, but something fundamentally has gone wrong with the team spirit. That was not a team out there at 1-0 down. Can you honestly say to me, boys, that team at 1-0 down looked like a team that was busting their bollocks for their manager? Because I didn't see it.
What we did see, which everyone will agree, is we saw Cornet trying, like Frankie mentioned. I absolutely love that boy, and I'm sure Gatesy.
Yep.
All right, it might not come off all the time, but boy, when something's happening, he's always in the thick of it, getting fouled, hitting the post, going near. He's not hiding. And tactically, I could not believe. Sometimes I didn't think Pochettino was on the pitch. No one passed to him. He wasn't in the center of anything. There's no tactics around him. And I'm sure, Gatesy, if you brought him in, you'd say, you win the ball, give it to this boy at every opportunity. Let him set all our tactics up.
We've spent, 180 million in the transfer window, right? And we've put half of them on the bench. The rest of them we're putting on and pulling them off after 60 minutes and all the rest of it. We're trying to put them into a system that is alien to them. It doesn't fit them. So why the fuck have we brought them in? It makes no sense.
And I know Frankie mentions, are they his players or not? As normal fans and channel guys, we just have to talk and view on what we see. We don't know. And this question, Bielsa, yeah, Gatesy, what do you think? You like him?
Mate, I mean, he did well at Leeds. Yeah. I'd do I think he would do a better job than Moyes is doing at the minute? I don't think it's possible that if you look at Moyes over since the turn of the year, I don't think it's really feasible that he could do much worse.
Is it the Barcelona Real Madrid game going on at the moment? Is it? I don't know.
It's Atletico in Real Madrid.
Yeah, it's kicking off. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. But interesting views again. I mean, Dill, come on, talk about whatever you want. Add any manager you want in there. Poch, if you got the ambition or someone like bring them in, I don't know, mate.
Poch will be lovely. Honestly, I think we just need a change. I think getting out of one-dimensional football. It's getting to that stage now. We need to try something different. Ideas, Marcelo Bielsa, good attacking football, put Leeds in a really good position in the Premier League. I don't know what happened at the end. I think he just sort of got a bit too much for him. But
I think it's that 2-year thing. It's not his fault. Yeah. It's not Moyes' fault.
It's like the modern day era, now, isn't it?
It's just
you sort of do 2-3 seasons and then you just move on, sort of thing. And I think
get bored of you. Yeah.
But he would give youth a chance, wouldn't he, Dill?
What's that?
He would give youth a chance, which is we're not 100%.
Seeing. We've got the players to do that.
Opportunities.
I don't get why Ashby's not playing either. Like, I know Moyes clearly doesn't like him, but he's got
some politics going on, I think.
Yeah. Frankie's not your wife for the message, by the way. You go ahead, Ryan. Yeah, who do you want in, mate? And yeah.
Well, I've got one that no one said yet, but Marco Silva from Fulham. He has got Fulham playing football like their prime Barcelona with Andreas Pereira, who could barely kick a ball for Man United, and now he's a world beater behind Mitrovic. And if he can do that with Pereira, what could he do with Paqueta?
Mitrovic, yeah, he's my godfather to my kids. Only joking, but he always banging on about him for years. But I know it's kind of on and off with him. But Silva, yeah, he's kind of he starts really well and then on and off. But interesting tactician and interesting ideas. Perhaps we need to look for someone South America or Holland or someone. I mean, I like things that are happening at Man United, Gatesy. I like that new boy, what he's doing in Man United, fast, interchanging football, play from the back and things like that. But at least, like he said, at least you know what he's about, his DNA. You know what he's trying to do. Moyes, it's so old what he's trying to do.
It's like the Sam Allardyce coming back. You know, that same old system, football. Yeah. We've got Leicester. I watched the Tottenham-Leicester game. What an entertaining game. Like, it's like watching a film. Honestly, it was like suspense. Like, it was just action, blockbuster. When I watch our games, it's like, I'm not going to lie, I get to 70 minutes, 75 minutes. We miss like a sitter. And I'm thinking, again, it's one of them games now. It's going to be a loss. You know, Moyes is sitting there, like looking at it, not making any changes. Half time, think we done 0 the first half. We need to get even change the system a bit. But yeah, it's just getting, I don't know, it's just getting boring now.
Well, if I'm right, Kretinsky, he's the second highest shareholder. He's bound to be number 1 soon. You don't put that much money in, stay number 2. Option is there. Looks like a lot of that 180 million was a little bit from him. And I believe that if Poch or anyone else is being spoken to at the moment, Kretinsky's going to have a strong say and try to sell the club to him, the ideas, the budget, more than Sullivan. If you go into a room with Sullivan, not sure how much of a pulling power he would have in terms of how he speaks. But for me, if Kretinsky comes in, he's young, he's hungry, he must have something about him due to the success of wealth he's made. And if Poch or anyone comes in, and this is a question for all of you guys, I'll be so happy. Again, very thankful for David Moyes, with respect, but hopefully he'll get another job and do the great job he's done for us somewhere else, who are in the position we were 2 years ago. and we get someone who can take us forward. And it'll be all about that. You've sold an idea to the new manager to come in. A lot of managers know some are desperate. They'll just go anywhere. But to get someone that we need now and hopefully come through the door, someone has sold him something about hopefully the training ground improvement. We're going to give you a bit more maybe in the transfer window coming up. Equally good squad to work with. So, I mean, Gatesy, I mean, if Poch or someone like that comes in, for me, that'll be wow. He's heard, so he's happy about the project, isn't he, going forward, mate?
I'd love to get Poch in because I think that he plays the sort of football that we as West Ham fans traditionally want to see, playing on the front foot. None of this safety first, playing with the handbrake on bullshit. Someone that's actually come on. Listen, that's what we've been playing.
I've never seen you like this before, Gatesy.
Because seriously, Jazz, no, we're just treading water at the minute, mate. It's seriously, we need to be a little bit more, on the front foot. Meet them in the centre of the ring and try and take their head off. Do you know what I mean? To use a little bit of a boxing analogy, we're not. We're constantly sort of like, oh no, I'm scared of getting hit. Do you know what I mean? Have a fucking go, for Christ's sakes. Seriously. Yeah. And Poch will play. That's the sort of football he plays. He plays on the front foot. Now, it doesn't always work. Sometimes he'll, against a slightly more sort of tactically astute manager, he might get his trousers pulled down. But it'll be a bit of an entertaining, we pay hard money to go and watch our team play. In terms of sort of like the ticket, in terms of taking time off work, fuel costs, whatever. And we want to be entertained, even if we get beat.
Ryan, you want to go on mute, maybe? It might be you,
We're
Ryan.
not.
You want to go mute? Yeah, try it. Yeah, carry on. Let me try it, yeah. Carry on, Gatesy. Sorry, go. Yeah, I think that works.
No, that's cool. It's just boring. It's just boring. It's stale. It's turgid. It's same old, rinse and repeat. That's, and like I say, Poch will be someone that will give the youth a chance. He'll give Harrison Ashby a go. He'll give an Oko Flex a go. He'll say to them, right, go on, you have a crack at that, and let's see if we can, make you into a star. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but he'll give them the opportunity. Moyes just is constantly, he's not good enough. Just sort of farm him out, and maybe they're not, but you never know. You give them an opportunity, they might flourish.
You look at Poch and you wonder what he could do with Paqueta, being from South America, a bit of Emerson. I see a lot of Son in Bowen, right? I know they're different style players, but Bowen is a machine, mate. Running up and down, which Son kind of had that at the beginning, and then he's obviously gone on and on. Ashby, in terms of engine and stamina, up and down, and he's got that wing back look about him. He has to defend a bit better, Ashby, but the boy is just so aggressive when going forward, So it's there, isn't it? The little Danny Rose comparisons and other players. There's a lot of things, and I could be talking out my back ass, but I reckon he'll take it because we have got a reasonably good squad. Rice, Zuma, all the new boys that have got Skamaka, a bit of Kane, same height, same build, that kind. There's a lot there that he could work with. And obviously, if he comes in, they'll say, all right, we'll probably, we could stretch and give you another 20, 25, 30 if you want, and that kind of thing. So for me, I think it'll work. I mean, Ryan, for you, what other things you're thinking in your mind, mate, before? Well, we've got a bit of a break before next game. Then the World Cup window, everyone. It gives a new manager a whole month of the training ground to get his backroom team together, get the ideas together where there's no fixtures, no pressure. Think about who you're going to buy when the window opens. Isn't it, Ryan? That kind of thing. A good time to get a new manager in. Yeah.
Well, I just want to see some attacking football and some passes forward. That's really just. I don't want to be sitting back and waiting for a team to come to us and then go maybe 1-0 up in the 20th minute and then sit back for the rest of the game. That's not West Ham. That's not West Ham that I've grew up watching. That's not a West Ham that anyone's grew up watching. That's how Moyes wants to play his football. And we have now got the team that we should be in the on the front foot the whole game now. But Moyes just doesn't want to do it. And I can't remember the whole time this year. The last time I can remember, we was on the front foot and we looked like we'd score a goal.
Leon, wasn't it? 3-0. Leon, April.
Well, that's probably about it this year, though. But I was going to say, was Liverpool.
Maybe Norwich away, but
not
Liverpool. Norwich.
They were,
It's just, this this year we've beaten what in the Prem? Villa twice, Norwich once, and Everton.
Oh, this could be the back five against Norwich, and I could go out for a run and say, look after
I've got it here. 29 points from a possible 78 in the league in the calendar year 2022. 8 wins, 5 draws, 13 defeats. Only 1 out of these 8 wins were against the top 10 side. 5 clean sheets. 3 of those were against 2 relegated teams. The other 2 were versus Villa and Wolves. 29 goals scored, 37 against.
And didn't we sing Super David Moyes
What
today as well?
What was that cup game that Rice scored that last minute goal to
Kidderminster.
Kidderminster. So
Oh my God.
just putting in a nutshell, I think from there we had like tons of issues, like, and now it's just, I don't know. You know what? Like, I was thinking about it. Like, you take set pieces out of last year's performances and the goals that we scored. You know, our goals minimise like massively, and you can see it now. Like the cracks are opening. You take set pieces, dead balls, and our open play sort of style goals. You know, it's not there. Like, it's literally not there. I think Liverpool, we scored. That was like a good couple of counter-attack goals last year. Norwich, obviously, were Norwich, but a lot of matches, I'm not going to lie, they were just like headers, like last minutes, or we've just scraped it. I think Leeds, we come back to 2-1. We did have like 3-4 good performances, but last year we started off really good, and that helped us in the back end because we were really bad in the back end. And that's where we got through the cup games. With
we
the
shouldn't have
Europa
even got
Cup.
7th either. We shouldn't have got 7th. Wolves lost what? All of apart from one of their last 10. So realistically, we shouldn't have got 7th. We put all his eggs into one basket, and then he fucked it up, as Moyes clearly that's all he can do. And we got knocked out of Europe, where we could have won it because we'd have played Rangers in the final. But that's what Moyes wants to do.
Gatesy, Frankie thinks Stuart Pearce going, and I can understand it's a huge thing, him leaving, and why did he? Can you see any reasons of why he's suddenly gone, Gatesy, and the effect that he's left behind, the void and all that, mate?
Well, the story I heard was something to do with he's getting married shortly, and obviously he was commuting from Nottingham to London and back. So I get it, but I do think that the loss of him and Mark Noble, and I know Mark Noble wasn't playing, but in terms of the influence he would have had in the background with players and all the rest of it, the loss of those two at the same time, I believe, behind the scenes has been very, very detrimental to our performances. And
Irvine
and
left
the team,
for family reasons.
Yep,
Funny how many
another
people
one.
leave for family reasons, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
but we don't have a captain at the moment either, really, because Rice shouldn't be our captain. But he is young. He hasn't got the understanding of the game, and also he's going to leave us. He is going to leave us at the end of the day. So I think now he's thought, I don't want to play for these anymore as well now. And he's just thought, you know what, I'm gone in a year. And we've still gave him the captaincy. We should have brought in a player that, I don't know, well, I wouldn't want a forward to be a captain, but bring in someone that could have been our captain and take us forward.
Yeah, 28, 29, 30, who's been around, won a few things. And on that point, Ryan, we haven't got a penalty taker, have we? I'm not sure who our penalty taker is, really. I don't know.
Even Lanzini's penalty.
Oh my God, that's poor, wasn't it? Lanzini's one.
Oh
Jesus.
My God. Slipped as well.
It is. This question, Frankie, do you think David Moyes has an issue attracting some players? Well, discussions we know it's 50-50.
It's like I say, I think there's a deeper thing here. I think, like I said, I watched the interview with Mark Noble, Joe Cole interviewing Mark Noble on BT Sports YouTube channel. And like I say, Mark Noble says we've got a great backbone to this club. We've got great fans, but Leicester have got brilliant facilities. Our facilities are not very good. Mark Noble basically said the infrastructure at the club is poor. And I think if you've got a poor infrastructure, you're not only going to struggle to attract a manager, you struggle to attract players. I think it's a much deeper thing than just David Moyes can't attract players. I think you've got to behave from the ground up as a football club to really start to attract the very best talent, whether it be staff or whether it be players. And I think it runs a little bit deeper than that. Noble loves this football club, loves it. And he would always see things through slightly rose-tinted glasses. And the way he actually spoke about the infrastructure of the football club was a real warning sign for me. It was as if it was the first time I heard him talk like that, and I thought, if he's saying that, then it can't be very good, can it? And I think we've got problems there. You know, and everyone say, "Oh yeah, but you've invested this money into the players." There's been a lack of investment all round from this football club for a long time now, and it's catching up with us a little bit. And when other teams are investing and Leicester improving their facilities and so on, I know Leicester having a bad season. I totally understand that, but you know, if you want to be a bigger football club and you want to go to that next level that we was always promised we was going to do, it's got to be all the way throughout the football club, mate, and it's just not at the moment.
Yeah. Liverpool assistant manager. Anyone know about him? Pep?
I know about him, but I'm always a little bit dubious about getting guys in that, because I dare say you guys probably remember back in the day, everybody said that Alex Ferguson, obviously the Manchester United manager, but everybody said, oh, really the brains behind the operation is Brian Kidd. And then Brian Kidd became Blackburn manager, got them relegated.
But then there's also an up and down with that, because Mikel Arteta is now.
Yeah. There's always sort of like good and bad, but I do think it's always a risk. Someone that's been a career number two, all of a sudden out of nowhere going and becoming a number one. It's like
they've got too much pressure on their shoulders as well. That's the thing. The pressure's changing. It's not on them when they're just the assistant.
Exactly.
This is a good point, saying that we are kidding ourselves. David was never going to change anyway. He ain't going to change. You might politically, like if you remember when Sullivan deliberately just bought Sacco, Valencia, and Downing in front of Sam to play better football, and he kind of had to play him, and it worked out for some games, and it's great. And then he went back to his. So you're not gonna change a manager, are you? I mean, any can answer this. I mean, I'm not sure you're going to... I think we're banging against a brick wall with David Moyes. He's not going to change, is he? Life's a lifetime of change.
Loves his 4-2-3-1. It's probably in his phone number as well. It's just a joke.
I wonder if that's a position in the Kama Sutra, 4-2-3-1. I don't know. Gatesy might know.
Yeah, I'll message you later. I'll show you the page it's on. Listen, boys,
does he know
I've got.
Yeah, thanks a lot, mate. Thanks, much appreciated.
Our match review, that'll be fun.
I'll send you the video, shortly, mate, for that one. Tom McAllister.
All right, mate. Anyway, lovely to see you all, boys, and keep smiling. It's all you can do.
Yeah, we will. The rum helps, but yeah.
Care. You know, takes away the pain. Stay safe, lads.
Take care, mate. Take care.
Right.
Yeah, it's going mad in the chat. I can't keep up with it.
One of our old boys is the.
Did anyone see the £10 donation earlier? What was said? Someone donated £10. I'm going to go up to it now, and they put
me. I don't even know. I don't do those kind of things, eh?
From Mark. I'm not even going to butcher his surname because I can't be bothered. Did anyone notice that Moyes applauds the fans longer than usual?
Where's this comment?
Could have been
Ryan?
saying
I can't
goodbye.
keep up with it. Hang on a minute.
Right,
I'm having a look for you now, Jazz.
8:21.
8:21.
Yeah.
What did he say, Yvonne?
Jazz, 1 sec.
Did anyone notice that Moyes applauds the fans longer than usual today?
Oh, bloody hell, that's a mark. Oh, my God. I know what I've done now. I've clicked on that bloody thing because I hit 1,000 views. You know, when you monetize, I must have. Oh, bloody hell, Mark. That's amazing. I didn't even know. Shit. Right. Okay. Yeah, we're in the big boys now, aren't we, Frankie? Bloody hell. Right. Everyone else get on. It's me, Mark, now. Only joking.
I still don't pay for a round in the King Edward, though, mate.
No, Mark, you didn't have to. Wow, Mark, wow, that is really generous, mate. Did anyone notice that David Moyes applauds the fans?
Longer than usual today.
Yeah, I watched this with my granddad today, the game, and we both said that. He was there clapping. We were like, why is he clapping, though? Because of how shit it was. I think he knows that his time may be up.
Did you see the press conference, the long one? The one where he's obviously getting asked the questions. He looked so nervous, and he was doing the nervous laughs as well. And I don't know, I'm getting that sense as well. You know, you spend 180 million and your 18th conference, we're just about getting through the group games, like 3-2, and that we should be 4-0, clean sheets, easy with them games. So
if that's the case, and he does go, I think this has all been slightly premeditated.
Yeah, but then I'd rather be proactive than reactive.
No, I would say that if this is the case, I would say that Stuart Pearce going, something happened. Something happened at Christmas. We all know something weren't quite right. Something went weird. Then Stuart Pearce leaving at the end of the season. Then all this money, but Moyes not wanting to play the players and being stubborn. As Moyes known all along, is this something that has always been under the, and Moyes has been aware of it, and that's why the teams plan how they are and not as committed? Is this something that's always been happening behind the scenes and we've just not been aware of it? I don't know.
It could be. I had an argument the other week with at the Brighton game. I think I put, but obviously I couldn't put it into like a whole message. So I was up there with my girlfriend watching it, and I just said to my girlfriend that, I think Moyes' time's done. They should go. And he started having a full-on argument with me, like a couple rows down, saying, Moyes is in. I want to see what his opinion is now. Oh, I bet he's changed to what I've said. But
there was definitely a swing today. I think a lot of people who were very much still on Moyes' side. I think there was a massive shift over to genuine concern today, which we've been concerned for a while. Because, like I say, it's not until you really see it in black and white just how bad it really has become for us. And then when you start hearing things like equaled our worst start to a Premier League,
who was that under?
That's when that was Pellegrini in 18-19. So it really starts to sink in then just how poor we've been. On the surface, it's never seemed that bad because we've been in Europe and we still made it into 7th. And like you said earlier on, deal with a great start of the season we had last year. It sort of papered over the second half of the season, and there was the excuses of Europe and tiredness and lack of squad depth and all of these things, but the excuses have run out. So now
lack of squad depth. Whose fault was?
I look at our bench. I love our bench now. I saw it the other day, and it was like, we've got 8 to 10 solid players now we can bring on, and he doesn't even utilize all 5 subs most games as well. It's like, you see Man City switch it up straight up, and look what happens. They just manage the game well.
Yeah, but
we're not even utilising our subs.
To make subs. You've got the subs. Even Arsenal today made one in the 92nd minute to run the clock down and stuff like that. You never see Moyes. Game management. You never see game management from us. It just
what did Moyes do in the 92nd minute? Bring on a left back for a left back.
Oh my God! I looked at that. That was just icing on the cake. That was
1-0 down, and we're bringing on a left back. Oh, cheers, Moyes! Christmas has come early.
Let's go through the chat. I'm pretty embarrassed now. That Mark chat, it was 25 minutes old. Mark, you're gonna kill me. I'm like, I can't keep up with it. But let's give the boys a Souček, Bowen, Frankie, drop them. I would.
I think Bowen. Yeah. You've got a brilliant opportunity with Bowen at the moment. Bowen somehow got into the England squad again. Don't know how he did it, but he did because he's been bang out of form, right? But you can turn around to Bowen and say, listen, mate, you're going to have to sit out a couple of games here. And Bowen will soon back his ideas up because if he wants to go to that World Cup, he's got to start getting his form back in and he's got to start starting games again. So, ultimatum time for Bowen and say to him, look, at the end of the day, sit out a couple of games, then show me what you're made of again. However, the only point on that is, Moyes has got the next 2 home games hand-picked. If he could have handpicked them himself, I think he would have picked these 2 games. He's got Wolves at home and he's got Fulham at home. I know Fulham's a good team, but what I'm saying is prior to knowing what Fulham are now, if you could have handpicked after a start we've had like this, a newly promoted side at home and Wolves, David Moyes would be sitting there rubbing his hands together going, we can turn it around with these 2 games. You couldn't have asked for 2 better games. Those games. No, he shouldn't. But I'm saying he couldn't have asked for 2 better games. And if you look historically, when Moyes has been manager for us, he gets fortune like this. He gets out of trouble like this at times where things fall his way. He's always had that bit of rubber to green, Moyes. I think that's drying up a little bit at the moment. But I do think he's got those 2 good games. It's really hard that after the international break, to then drop Bowen for that first home game. That first home game is so important. If he loses that game, if he's still West Ham manager, then his time's up. So he will stick to tried and tested for that game because he'll think, I can turn this around, not by changing the team. He'll think I can turn it around on the training ground and he'll try and drill them while they're away and then he'll bring the players back. I can honestly feel like that next game, that Wolves game, he knows how important it is. It will be the same 11 that we've always seen. I really do believe it.
I just thought about something. David Moyes, really loved him at Everton. Never thought he'd become a manager. Hated playing him. It could be because if you remember, Kenyon had no money. He was skint. and he done well, so he didn't have any money. Squad was the same, and it kind of worked for him. I mean, it's a different Premiership now, much more quicker, slightly quicker, more injuries and that kind of thing. And it's a stubborn thing, isn't it? There's something going on where Sullivan, I know what Sullivan's like. He loves a striker. He loves a bit of a winger. And David Moyes ain't like that. He just wants a Duncan Ferguson, big lump up there. He loves Antonio. Mickey calls him Mickey, lovingly, and Mickey, and all that kind of thing. And that's it. He doesn't. But Moyes, he's got to realise it's probably going to be the last big job for him, and he's just out of touch with the game a bit now. It just happens to everyone. He's been around a long time. Preston started at Preston? Was a senior centre back at Celtic? I don't remember him. I don't think he was all that great or big as a footballer. It's just, I think he's just out of touch with the age. Happens to everyone.
I'm not going to lie. I think he's just healthy between like Moyes as well. I think he does need a break. Like he's been quite, continuous. After Manchester United, all the hassle, stress that he had there, and then obviously he helped us out a couple of times. But I just think like we just need with the players that we've got now. We've still got conference. I know it's conference, but I think we've got a good chance to get to the finals, semi-finals there. But I think the next 2 games are vital. Like we need to get minimum 4 points. If we lose both of them, honestly, I think I think Wolves is actually a good technical team. They've got 5-6 Portuguese players who just play really good, fast football. So it's going to be a risky next 4 weeks now. If he doesn't go, obviously, this week, then and he's got to give him a sort of ultimatum and say, look, we need X, Y, and Z from you. I think in the next month's going to be a big one. And Fulham, I'm not going to lie, I see how they've been playing. They actually play play decent.
I think we'll lose to.
Has anyone followed? It's a Dupe. How's he doing up there? I don't know. How's he doing? Is he all right?
Crap. He
got
2 out of
right.
10 against Crawley.
Yeah.
Where to go and walked back. And then I think what was it? The other day he started at centre back, and I think on a Fulham thing he got 3 out of 10.
He's been poor, but my main man Alessi down at Sunderland, he started the last 2 games and looking good, and he scored in his last game. Old Alessi. So
have we got any?
Very happy for him. Very happy.
Back or not?
What's that story, Ryan?
Can we get him back for a reduced fee?
I don't know. Mate. There was talk about that, wasn't there? That there was a clause in there, but I'm not sure.
I said not a couple of weeks back, because obviously I always get slated with whatever I say about Moyes out or anything. I said that we could have played him instead of we could have played Correa right back then, and we could have had him at centre back. He's not crap, is he?
He's a great mate. I've always rated him very highly. I think he's comfortable on the ball. I think he plays out from the back, but he wins headers. He's good in the air. I think he's a brilliant centre half. I think he's a modern centre half.
Yeah.
So,
this comment here, like you guys are saying, if you were, I don't know, if you were asleep for 5 months and you sat in the sofa watching this game, and I said after the game, do you know we've spent 180 million? You piss off. What you on about, mate? You couldn't even tell. He's hardly using anyone, and then he's running out of answers. And I know football longer, and I know the signs. This is the end, right? I saw that press conference in Everton. Obviously, we did a show before I saw that, and I think Frankie's seen it, the press conference, Moisey.
Yeah, mate, I'm with you. This has all the markings of every time a manager's left West Ham. These are the same patterns you see over and over again. And that's why we've been saying it for a few weeks now. And it's taken a little while for people to catch up. People thought we was overreacting. People thought we were jumping the gun a little bit. But the warning signs were there, mate, and have been for some time. And it's exactly the same patterns we've seen time and time again. So, I think the writing is on the wall for him. But, it is still that, for what he's done for us thing, and the way the fans still feel that way, that I think has kept him in it. I actually think Dill was spot on. I think they will have a meeting tomorrow, and I think they will say to him 4 points out of the next 2 home games. And I think that's what his ultimatum will be. And I think they'll say to him, that's your target, go and make that happen. And if he does, he'll be in a job. If not, then I think they'll say, well, maybe.
I think it could be.
Who do you guys want in realistically? I mean, don't just go on about. I mean, I'm in love with Poch, but say some other names that would come perhaps and do good job. You think
just someone with attacking football? Honestly, yeah. I'm so sick of watching how we play. Honestly, some games I don't even watch, like, because I just know it's going to turn out. And I look at the stats. We've had like 2 shots on target the whole game. So I just want anyone who can actually just play some really attractive football for us. That we've got the players, flair players to do it. We've got we've got Dan's, I think, needs to be with Souček now in the middle, better passing, through balls. We've got wingers who can sprint. We've got Cornet. We've got Ben Rama who can make things happen for Paqueta. So just someone who can utilise these players, man. That's what we need. Right now, they're just getting trapped. All they're doing is chasing the ball, doing defensive duties, and then we're just chasing the game at 75 minutes. Then we've missed 2 sitters, and that's how it's been for the last 4 out of the last 6 games now, and it's dreadful.
The best football I saw in a long, long time, it was under Zola.
I agree with that. There was some games we had with Zola that was really quality football, mate. I totally agree with you there. We looked exciting at times with Zola. We really did.
I remember that Jack Collison goal against Hull. I think it's 15, 16 passes. Whoa. Perfect football. Bang, 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 bang. Bosh. Straight in. And he was a good lad, wasn't he? And then, was he too soft? Was he in the end? Or was he just unlucky with what happened around him? I don't know. Zola? I don't know. But they said on the training ground he was the best player out of all of them, didn't they? You couldn't touch him, really. So let's go for the chat again. West Ham are trash.
I saw someone put Solskjaer could do.
I know, I just saw Solskjaer. Imagine that.
Jesus. Ollie's at the wheel. No, he's not.
You know what we used to like to link managers that have got West Ham links with them, and what you got Scott Parker, you got Lampard, you've got.
See, I wouldn't mind Scott Parker. I know everyone is against him, but I wouldn't mind Scott Parker. I really wouldn't. He was not backed at Bournemouth. He had an awful team in the Championship. He's got Dominic Solanke up top, and he's awful. And he got them promoted automatically as well.
I think depending who. A lot of people feel like the transfer window was driven not by the current owners, but by the future potential owners. That it was Kretinsky money and his ambition, and he sort of drove the type of player that we brought in. That will determine who we bring in as manager if Moyes does go. It will be, are they going to want to be as ambitious as what we were in the window? And are they going to want to pay through the nose to go and get someone proper? Or is GSB still in charge, and will they go and get a typical GSB type manager? Yeah. If it's GSB, it's going to be a disaster. It's going to be someone like Warburton, exactly that. That's what you'll have. If it's not, and it is going to be driven by Kretinsky and the future, potential owners who are looking for more ambition and happy to put their money where their mouth is, then it will be someone hopefully a little bit younger, a bit more exciting, potential. But don't, the people that are being bounded around like the dream managers of Pochettino and Tuchel and people, that's just a no-go. Just write them off and then go and have a look at the ones below them, because you're not getting them, basically.
I just, obviously, Ryan, without mentioning, like, are you from London, or you're not, or you outside?
No, I'm from Kent, so like next to London.
And what's your links to West Ham? Like, when did you first start going in the family?
So I'm 18, nearly 19. So I first went when I was 4-5, and we played Portsmouth and we won 4-3.
I remember that game. I'm bloody. Oh my god!
Was my first ever game. My granddad took me, and we were in the chicken run, and at Upton Park. But yeah, that's my link. And then my granddad and my great granddad were literally born next to Rush Green at West Ham, and they both supported them. So,
and how often do you go now? Like now and again, or
normally every home game I can get to, because obviously like work, it being a Sunday, because I start work at like 8. It's sometimes like the time I get home. But I've been to some midweek games as well. But
have you been this season? You've been this season?
Yeah, I've been to quite a lot so far.
Any issues with the queues and all that? It's getting. I thought it's getting worse for me.
The only thing that I have got to say is, I don't know if you knew, but the FCSB game with the Romanians in the crowd, in the West Ham crowd.
Yeah.
There was the Romanians were in the crowd. It probably wasn't put on TV, but where I was sitting, a couple like bits down, some Romanian fans actually got up and cheered when they scored, and some West Ham fan punched him in the face. That was the best bit of the evening. That was it.
But then what happened after that then? After the
Loads of them
punch of the
started get like they just security would come and take them out.
right,
It was just stupid. Why we?
You just don't do that with West Ham, man. You don't just go in that
It's what I
crowd
mean.
and start selling.
You read up about the teams. I was saying this at work. You wouldn't go to like West Ham or Leeds or something like that, and then
I would never do it. I would never do it. No, I would never do it.
That was just awful. You just got to read up about the team.
I think West Ham, Tottenham. I went out somewhere, came back, and then my son's like, "There's a lady there with her young son," and then she got told off. But then the West Ham fan started getting friendly with them, and no, you don't do that kind of thing. You're gonna get yourself into trouble, and that kind of thing is just not. What about you, Dill? I know you're saying a lot of your family are West Ham.
Yeah, it's a massive family thing. Like where I am, like uncles, everyone. Like we've got a family up in Leeds as well, so we've always had that sort of mini battle with them. But yeah, and I was born. Obviously, I live in Essex at the moment. They're like Woodford, Chigwell area. But I was born off Green Street, literally right by Upton Park. Then that was that's where it all began, sort of thing. My dad was like Mile End sort of thing, East Londoner. But yeah, no, we used to go Upton Park back in the day. You know, I remember one of my first score lines. You know, I think when we beat Barnsley 6-0, like a cup game.
That was the first game I took my missus. I think that was a league game, Hearts and hat-trick, that game, I think.
Yeah.
It's very cold that day, very cold.
It's a chilly day. But yeah, no, it's a massive family thing. Got uncle like all round. But yeah, West Ham sort of diehard, man. Definitely.
Good to listen. You guys, come back again and all that kind of thing. But just going for the chat, Danny. So this is all part of what you were saying, Ryan. An object got. So Frankie, you went, didn't you? FCSB.
I did, mate. I was there. Yeah, I was.
Did it get a bit feisty? Did it? Or?
Where we was, it was, mate. There were so many of them. If you saw the queue outside the game, there was loads of them. Mate, we had the Queen thing going on. I think everyone stayed very respectful because of that situation. But at the end of the day, there was a lot of banter. I sat literally aisle. They were there and I was there. And it was all good banter. You know, they were making a lot of noise. We were making a lot of noise. But there was never at any point any sort of animosity or threat that there would be any sort of, I don't know. It wasn't like previous European games where it got a bit, naughty with the Vienna fans and all that. It was very light-hearted, and I probably put that down a little bit to the Queen situation, mate, to be honest.
I don't know if it's Vienna, but one of them last season, Europa, the funny thing was they had the water bottle. They're throwing it at our fans, and then usually the club bring an ambassador with them to look after the fans, make sure they behave. And that fan, when you kind of get it back, she's giving it back to them to throw again. And they didn't even get banned. They didn't even get told off. And we were like told off, and I thought we were going to get thrown out. I said, if we get to the final, we're going to get thrown out. And there's something about Spurs, you're going to get into trouble now, especially because, and it's a known thing. They said because it's a British club, the microscope's going to be on, and they're going to find something. And it's just the way they are. Zinedine Zidane.
Wow.
Yeah, that's never happening. Talking about Spurs, though, they had the worst away end against us.
It was bad.
Burnley and Watford have sat there. They were awful. They were all silent. Well, just like Spurs, really. Is a library. But they just sang nothing.
Cristiano Ronaldo, welcome to the chat, sir. Respect. Great player. Thank you. We get all the celebrities here, as you can see. Yeah, Frankie, Tottenham were, quiet, weren't they, mate? Whoa.
Yeah, it was a funny old atmosphere with Tottenham this time around. It never got...
They were there for the taking, mate. They were scared.
Mate, it wasn't even just their fans and the atmosphere. I think the whole thing didn't have that electricity you expect from a London derby. It was dead this year. I was really quite surprised. For whatever reason, it just didn't have that spark that it normally has. So, yeah.
Is the way it is. At the signings on Dill, which one is your favourite and you're excited about all the window signings, mate? And then another player that you would have liked and it didn't quite happen, mate. 2 questions for you.
I thought bargain wise and value for money and where he's come from. I thought Kehrer, and he's quite versatile. I thought right back, centre back. I know everyone's saying the typical Pochettino and excited because we spent high money, but I think like bargain wise he was really good. But I think Cornet just needs to be utilised more. I think Skamaka, all right, he might need a few games, but he banged in a really good goal midweek. But Cornet, he's got what he did at Burnley last year. I know they got relegated, but you watch all their
Brilliant.
goals. He was the main man, he was the focus point, and he's proven as well. He needs to be starting 100%. I know today it was a bit he had a couple of chances, quick ones, but yeah, Cornet for me needs to start. And
anyone that we were linked with that escaped us, like Lingard or Onana or
even Onana definitely, but even that Zielinski, I watched a couple of Napoli games as well. He had a great game, a couple of games. So he's one I think got away. Onana, I just think 21. He's like a unit as well. Centre mid, I think his passing range compared to Souček. But I think he's one who got away, and Everton got a real big bonus there.
He was so good today as well.
He ran the middle easy, and he was just a force. He was everywhere. Like Rice and him was a proper battle today. I think Rice just got him. So
yeah, it is what it is. Same questions for you, Ryan. Who are you really excited about coming in, and who did you want that we didn't quite get, mate?
Not to just jump on the bandwagon, but it was Paqueta. Just because we were crying out for a proper number 10. We've got Lanzini, who's a granddad. Well, he's actually 30, but he doesn't play like that. And we just don't really have someone that can play behind a striker. And I thought he was going to be the real deal. But Moyes is off playing him at CDM. So we haven't really seen anything from him really yet. And Cornet as well. It was amazing for Burnley. And I remember when he joined, I was with you on this, Jazz. I remember being shut. I thought, Cornet, what a player that we're getting there. And now we're just not even playing him. Just don't get it.
Yeah. I think Cornet is simple. Football is simple. Like I said, Skamaka up front. I keep going on and on, sound like a mad fucking old woman. Skamaka up front, and Tony instead of Bowen. Give him a rest. Give Fornells a rest. Then you got Cornet on the left. You got Paqueta or Benrahma. They're both equally good. I like Benny at the moment, but if you just take Benny off and on and off, that form is going to go. That belief's going to go. Yeah. And then it's like he's doing it deliberately, David. He's doing it deliberately.
He just doesn't like Benrahma.
It's just
not
weird.
Like
yeah.
He's our most informed player right now. I'm going to hold my hands up. I thought he was shit last season, and I was slating him and telling him to get off because all he does was walk. But this season, he's really turned it around, and he's really given it a good go. But Moyes will just still sit him on the bench.
Frankie, we all know about the channel. Yeah, he's still there, but he's just too busy, isn't he, Frankie? Frankie busy with the business.
Hey, mate, that's it. Got to do what mate brings in the pennies.
He's busy. He manages Rush Green Training Ground, Frankie.
It'd be a lot better than it is if I managed it. Mate.
The whole one cabin.
That's it.
I'm thinking next season, me and Frankie are going to run our own ice cream van outside the ground. We're going to smash it, mate. Kebabs.
It's £7.50 for a pint. Imagine how much an ice cream.
Outside the stadium the other day, I got chicken, chips, and a burger with my girlfriend. Burger without chips. It was just a burger for £12.
Rip off, man. And it's
we laugh. It's really sad. Really bad.
My mum was like, it was £12. And it was fucking disgusting. And I threw half of it away. It was horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. The food is just, they charge you arm and a leg, man, for that.
Right. I went down after 41 minutes Tottenham before half time. So I was the first one to get the chicken burger, right? Stone cold. I went over to it's $9.50, but no chips, drink. I went to pay. She goes, love, do you want salad lettuce, love? And she got little fingers in the one lettuce, put it in there. I got a tomato as well. I'm like, get in there. And then she goes, $10.50. I couldn't say. I go, put that tomato lettuce back. No. Like $10.50. Oh, it's awful, mate. Oh my god. Really bad.
Probably some seasoning on it as well.
No, it's shocking, mate. It's all stone cold food. Pre-poured pints from 20 minutes before.
Yeah, that's ridiculous,
mate.
Man.
You can't get a pie wrong, Frankie. I thought the pie was shit as well, mate. You had the pie as well. It was like, how can you get this wrong? It's like, But listen, it's been 1 hour 10, and I'm going to go around once more to you guys. But Dill, come on regularly now, mate. Come on.
Yeah, sure.
Your employment contracts in the post, and Ryan as well. I need your national insurance numbers and all that, your tax codes. But yeah, starting with Frankie, any subject, summing up today, mate. Anything, mate. Yeah.
Summing up today, mate, I think was just same old. I think it all went wrong from the starting lineup. I think that was just the writing was on the wall from then. I just think he's doing the same thing time and time again. I think enough's enough of all of that. Something's got to change. I don't care what it is, but it's got to change fast. We've got a bit of a break now, mate. We keep having these breaks. Don't think that's helping us. We need to find a bit of momentum from somewhere. We need a few games under our belt to try and get our season back up and running again, mate. So, I mean, for me, the truth is I've never believed in Moyes as the manager of West Ham. I never believed him from day one. He proved me wrong a little bit. I didn't really know that he was going to bring in the coaching staff that he did. And I always put the change in Moyes' form. I still go back to it. I go back to it all the time. Moyes was one loss away from having the worst managerial record in West Ham's history. And he brought in Stuart Pearce, and he brought in Nevin, and he brought in Nolan, and he built this unbelievable coaching staff around him. And the form changed, and the fortunes changed, and they've all started to drift away one by one. He lost his right-hand man in Irvine, and then they've all started to disappear. Yeah. And now Moyes looks like a complete and utter lost puppy that he don't know what to do. He looks out of his depth. He looks like his comforts that were around him have gone away. And now it's all on him. And we're back to seeing the David Moyes that we all knew, the Man United David Moyes, the Sunderland David Moyes, the Moyes who went overseas and couldn't do it as well. For me, Moyes this is the Moyes that I always expected from West Ham, and that's harsh, but that's how I see it. And I always felt that once Pearce went, that was the real key one that I thought would see us unravel. I said at the beginning of the season, didn't I? Before we even played any games, I said Pearce going will set us up for a really, really tough season this year, and now we're seeing that transpire. So for me, I do think something needs to change massively. I do think Moyes will be given the next 2 games. I don't think we'll see him go. I think he'll have an ultimatum from the board on Monday. I think they'll turn around and set him a target of 4 points from those next 2 home games. And it will be down to Moyes to prove to us whether he can do it or not. And we'll see it from there.
And do you believe that these 180 million pound players who are in the squad, irrespective of who brought them in, do you believe that they're good, genuine, good, decent players for the next manager to use, mate?
I think they're all right. I still don't make them out to be these world beaters we all expected. Paqueta's a good player. We know he's a good player, but you've got to use him right. You can't make him a cover for Cresswell and have him tracking back to the edge of our own box and putting in tackles if you want him to be Brazil's number 10, this creative flair player who's going to, improve us going forward, which I thought that's what he was going to be. And it hasn't worked out that way. So, we've got to use him right. All these players have got to be used right. But I still don't think Skamaka's like this world-beating striker. He looks like a good striker. He knows where the net is. He's impressed me with his movement and he's a proper centre forward, which Antonio's not. I said that to you earlier on. I watched Everton when we beat them 3-2 with Payet. Antonio was playing right back. He plays up front and he looks like a right back. I don't actually know where Antonio's best position's ever been on the football pitch. Was it right wing like he was at Forest? Was it a right back? Was it a centre forward? Nobody really knows. He's had a good career out of just being this bullish, whatever he is, but we still, for some reason, fancy him as our number 9 after all the money that's been spent. I don't understand it. For me, something really has got to change all round. I think Fornals has been poor again. I've been calling him out for a while. I think Souček has been double poor today. I couldn't believe how bad he was. He let me down because I've been backing him and trying to stay on his side, and he was really bad today. Unless we see big change on the game against Wolves, which I don't think we will, then I think the writing, unfortunately, is on the wall for David Moyes. And after those 2 home games, we will see him exit the club. But who comes in, mate, is the mystery that we all need to
Have
find
you just
out.
seen Alex's comment about Nagelsmann?
Yeah, Niall Guzman.
Apparently,
He's still the manager of Bayern at the moment, isn't he?
They want to get rid of him.
Yeah, they're not one of the last 4. Bayern, and that's massive for them. Bloody hell.
I was saying earlier on, there's another manager out there, the guy who's in second spot, who was our old assistant manager, Mr. Tezic, who was Bilic's assistant manager. He's now the manager of Dortmund. So we already had our man potentially at the football club. But good luck to him. He's gone out there and he's trying to make his first proper job in, as being the main coach. So good luck to him out there, because he always was a bit of a character, I felt, when Bilic was the manager for us. So good luck to him. But we need to find our own manager at the moment. And mate, all I want, every time West Ham's ever gone and got a new manager, the first manager I remember being sacked was Harry Redknapp. And then it was always the right time for the manager to go. But then I felt we always brought in the wrong manager. And then we go through things like, Grant, and we go through things like Roda. And, every time I think we're going to kick on and go and get a proper manager to kick the club forward, we go and do things like that. Pellegrini was never the right manager for West Ham. I really hope that if we do get rid of David Moyes, thank you for your service, Mr. Moisey. I enjoyed Leon away and I sung your name, and I backed you then. But if it's right now for West Ham to move forward, I just hope that we show a bit more intent with our manager than we have shown to be honest, since I've supported West Ham United, I've never ever seen West Ham go and get a manager and I've gone, wow, that's a proper manager, that. So I hope this time will be different.
Brian, for you, any subject you want to talk about, how you feeling at the moment? Yeah, go for it, mate.
Probably just get the Scottish Sam Allardyce out. I don't think he's even got those 2 games against Wolves and Fulham. It's been since January we've won against some relegation form teams and teams that have been relegated. I just don't see where we win a game. With him in charge, we do not win a single game. I just don't think we win a single game. We just play too negative football. Everyone knows how he plays. They just come for us, and we'll have nothing to do about it. It's just the same old boring football from Moyes. So I think we've got to bring someone in, really.
Sometimes we beat Wolves when they're one of those we just win somehow. So that I can't see anything out of Wolves or Fulham in terms of win. But if it's going to come, it might come at Wolves weirdly.
I don't think we'll beat Wolves just due to the fact that we'll be overrun in midfield.
Costa debut maybe or something like that. I don't know.
No, but it's their midfield. They're going to overrun us midfield. They've got Nunes.
Oh,
They've got Moutinho. We've got Susek, who runs around like a headless chicken. He doesn't know what he's doing. We're just not going to be able to do anything against even Wolves. And it's just really poor. So I'm either get Pochettino in, however you say that, Bayern Munich's manager, and Marco Silva from Fulham. I still think he'd be a great manager to have.
Dill, what about you? Any subject, mate? Anything you want to talk about?
No, I just want to say thank you very much to David Moyes. He done us well. We've struggled. He come back. He saved us. He got us to a nice run last year, which was amazing for the fans. I think we deserved it. But for me, I think we're at that level now. We've spent 180 mil. We've got the stadium. We've got all the sort of attributes, but it's just that next step now for me. We need that. We need someone who's got that experience. I think Moyes done the same thing with Everton. Got them to that 4th Champions League. Then it was 5th, 6th. Then it was just all deflated. I think he's done that with West Ham now, but I just think we need someone a bit more attacking. We need someone a bit more flair. Someone who's thinks on their feet with substitutions. Every time I look at him, Nevin, they're all like panicking at the near the dugout and that, thinking what should we do next. And I think that time's done now. You look at Conte. I know he's done wonders with Chelsea and what he did before, but he's gone in Tottenham. They're sitting in 3rd. They're in the Champions League, and I think for us we need to go on that next step now as well. And it's us lot as well. We've seen the journey last year. I know our levels and our boundaries quite high now. But what we've seen this year now since the Liverpool game, I can't bear watching another game now. It's getting to that stage. I feel like it's and I think like we've said, like Frankie, I think 4 points from the next 2 games. I think Wolves is still a tough game, and I think I literally think it could be then. It could be then.
Yeah, I mean, for me, life and football's black or white. You know me, I just say it and I back it up, and he has to go. Thank you. But 2 years, I don't know what happens even. I know A lot of managers have done well. But we've seen examples of Nuno Spurs kicking him out October. Great manager. Last year we would have even said, oh, Nuno's good, isn't he, for West Ham? I don't know where he's gone, working at Tesco's. I don't know, not heard from him. I don't know where he's gone. Ranieri kicked him out after winning the league, which, you would have thought, what the hell have Leicester done? They won the league. Gone. You got to know. Chelsea do it. How many managers, title-winning managers, are just kicked in the bin? I'm not saying he's right or wrong, but they've done it, and they've recruited someone else who's got that little bit more extra in them and done it and won it again. And as soon as they're not happy, kicked. I'm not saying you got to keep. It's the modern times. You got to stop thinking about 10, 15 years. No one's going to stick around 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No one's going to do it. Get 2 years out of them, move them on, use them, push them on, and get someone else in. It's the modern world. In terms of your backroom, Steve, I think Graham Potter's brought all his backroom team to Chelsea, I think. And he was very strict in these negotiations. He wanted a long contract, financial stability, and a lot of things. But Chelsea agreed to him. They said, yeah, we probably won't kick you out, all that. But for me, Moyes has got to be out. There's no academy players coming in. There's no in-game management. Players are coming in. He's not using them, sticking them on the bench, sticking with the old school. And it just gone really, really boring for me. Pearce went. I understand that. Nevin, wherever he went, he didn't bring anyone in. Warburton, he never even mentions him. Crowell, Vlasic, I thought on a human person value, he treated them like dirt. It's disgusting. He didn't even look them in the eye. He didn't even put his arm around them, try to help them. Nothing, just not even bothered. Ben Rama's been treated. Listen, Ben Rama, I know he's got issues. Big games, he doesn't show up. I get that. He's not week in, week out. He's up and down. I get that. But you're a manager. You got to get the best out of every player. That's why people like Brian Clough, he used to pick up players from the non-league and put them in European Champions League winning teams. The butt has to stop with the manager. You took the job. You got the salary. I don't care if you've got issues with salary. If they're not your players, they'll walk out the door. Go. Just get out. Kerbishley done that. Got £1 million, won the court case, took up the years, brought a book out and said it. He said they sold McCarthy, I think Linda. Well, Linda, wasn't it, mate? Sold him behind my back. I didn't want to know anymore. Just come out, have bit balls about you and walk out the door, mate. Because it's pathetic lying to the fans, yourself. That press conference was a joke, mate. Complete joke. He's a broken man. He's frustrated. But that game's a conference game. They're 1-0 up after 4 minutes, 5 minutes. They just come out of the dressing room. What did you say to them when they're letting the goal? No one's picking no one up. There's no marking. It's a shambles, mate, at the club. 63,000 fans. And you let a shitty Chelsea team beat you when you're 1-0 up with 20 minutes to go. Wrong substitutions, delayed substitutions. Villa, probably worse than Everton at that time when we played them. He stuck 7-8 people, defensive players in the team. Talk about Southgate. He played a flat back 5, another 4 ahead of them, and then it took him 60 minutes to realise they got nothing to attack us with. Oh my God, mate! Put Skamaka up there, put Antonio together, put Cornet. Don't want to know who to pick up, but it's too late. He's dug his own grave, and it's been downhill for me. Nothing personal, and get a new manager in. And then we'll all get excited, smiles on our faces. And Frankie's right, we're going to get that lift straight away. But then afterwards, we'll see what happens. But it's a lot of money spent. And the last thing we want is suddenly 7-8 players come in who are done really, really well last season, confidence in the air, and that's gone. There's no confidence. So you've got a whole squad of no confidence. Cornet doesn't want to play. Paqueta's lost, homesick. Emerson's like, I've just come from Chelsea. Where the hell am I? Kehrer at best is smashing in the back 5. 3 centre backs. There ain't going to be many people in the world back them in the back 3. Flat back 4, 2. He can't do it. It's hard for him at the moment. He might in the future. He just goes missing because of utility play. He goes missing all over the pitch because he can do it with his pace and technique. But marking someone is a little bit new for him. Emerson, much more engine than Cressy. Much more mobile, 28, didn't cost a lot. So he could bridge the gap for a while. We didn't have. I know Frankie would love a 40 million centre fullback. We didn't have the money for it in the end, and we did it. But sometimes the transfer policy is confusing. If we were going to buy a Nana, how the fuck did Paqueta suddenly come into our... How can he go from there to there, different positions even? What the fuck was your plan? It's weird. I know it can happen in the window, like you go there and there, but a lot of it is scattergun approach. Lingard, if Lingard come in, then Paqueta, he wouldn't have come in, then the Nana would have come in. Did he come in, not come in? We don't know, do we? It's weird. For me, it's simple. Buy Skamaka, buy someone like him cheaper. Mope's 13, 14 million. I know Mope's got a lot of issues. He don't score enough, but he doesn't get injured. He's strong. He's a bit like Mitrovic. He can lead the line by himself, even though he's not that big. He's quite stocky and a pain in the arse and strong. So you play him. Antonio plays where Bowen is, and then you've got everyone in their holes, haven't you? But what you can't do is play some people wing back when they're not. Kufal can't defend. Souček is out of form. Then why didn't he try Downs for a bit? I mean, just try it now and again. It might happen. I don't know. For me, yeah, it's good night, God bless from David Moyes, and we'll see how it goes, really. Yeah. So, and I want to apologise to Mark again. Mark's gone out the chat. But yeah, I didn't see that. Anyone see that again? Make Mark happy? Anyone see that?
I saw it a little bit, but I didn't think you got donations. Like, I didn't. Not that you didn't get money. I thought like you didn't have it on. So
it looks like it's bloody on, mate. I know what's happening now. So basically, when you hit 1,000, then you start monetizing, and that's one of the boxes that must have turned on.
The one thing that I will say though, Jazz, is the only I don't agree with West Ham fans profiting from West Ham fans. It's not something that I'm comfortable with. However, I think when a chat gets so busy and you're already losing control of it, that something like that someone can pay a couple of quid to actually get their comment instantly across, I actually think has value.
Very generous. Yeah,
so I think it has value. Yeah. And if anyone's going to support the channel in any way, I do think Super Chats is the fairest and most value sort of way to do it, to be perfectly honest. But that's just my opinion.
This is all new to me. So I'm so good at it. I think Frankie picked Tom. I didn't even know about it. I've read it after 25 minutes. That's me. But there we go. But
it was Ryan who picked up on it.
Oh, Ryan, you picked up. Yeah. But like I said, listen, we're very open. You know who we are on Twitter. We don't hide under any names. We meet people, millions of people on the ground every day. They know who we are. And same as you, Dill Ryan, after this, give me your numbers. We'll get you on the channel, membership. There's not many in there. There's about 4 or 5. We'll have a chat, meet you at the ground, have a pint. Would you buy you pint? It's just simple, mate. We're normal people like that. So I want to thank you first, Dill, for coming on, Ryan, as well. Did you enjoy it? You're not scared off fire? Did you enjoy it?
yeah, it was good.
No, it's really good, man. We need to express our emotions, man. It becomes a difficult day, especially on a Sunday.
Listen. The channel is just open and there's no artificial flavoring, colors, flavors. We are just the way we are, mate. The only thing I didn't agree with I need to cut down on the swearing, and I haven't sworn since that was bad of me. There's kids watching, but passion just overspilled. I lost it. I think we all do, but try to control that a bit more. But apart from that, it's going well, and all the blessing with people like you in the chat. There's still bloody going on. Vinay the nutcase. What's Vinay on about? Potter, I don't know much about him still, Potter. I can't judge, but I don't know much about him still. Let's see what happens. I'm hearing good things. He didn't get a good result. It was 1-1, wasn't it, in the Champions League?
Yeah, drew to Salzburg as well at home.
Vinay, Roy Keane, no way. He'll kill everyone, mate. He's a nutcase. But you guys have a lovely evening. Obviously, it's a public holiday tomorrow in honor of Her Majesty the Queen, and I don't hide anything from. I live in Windsor. I'm going to walk down, and because the final resting place is going to be St George's Chapel, Windsor Castle. So she's coming back to the town, and we're going to pay respects and things like that. There's some channel people have been in the queue, and well done. It's a long queue. Beckham was there, and things like that, mate. Really. What you got planned tomorrow, Frankie? Before we close off, anything good? Catching up with a few business emails, mate. And
I would like to, mate. I'd like to work a bank holiday. I'd get in front, but I've got the boy tomorrow, so we're going to go out and do something, little picnic or whatever, have a little kickabout over the park with weather permitting. And I've got him a few surprises turning up off Amazon, which will keep him entertained for the day. So that's my plan tomorrow, mate. And I'm making up, mate, because he was looking forward to going to the Newcastle game that got cancelled. So He can't wait to get back over there. So we've now got a Pox international break, which I hate. And just looking forward to getting back over there for the Wolves game, mate. And no matter how bad it is, I still can't wait to get over there. And I'm looking forward to it. So
before I bring Ryan in, I haven't enjoyed watching our national team since Glenn Hoddle left, or Venables, that long. I've not enjoyed any of the football under all the managers, including respect Mr. Southgate. But Ryan, what are you doing tomorrow, mate?
Probably just enjoy my day off work. That's probably about it.
What about you, Dale? What are you doing? Little barbecue, cheeky last barbecue before the summer?
I did have a few this summer, though. I think I was having one every weekend. I probably might go a bit of snooker or something, just chilled one, couple of pals. Have a beer.
You play full size there? Full size?
Yeah. So
I used to play a bit. Good. I don't think there's many snooker clubs left. Is there still?
They are, but they're all hidden away. They're all like, you find them in like some corner somewhere. They're all just patched up somewhere. So
Riley, I reckon Frankie's been in a few shady snooker clubs in his time.
I don't know what you mean, man. No idea.
Anyway, Ming, love the name. He wants to come on the channel when Moyes is gone. Yeah, more than welcome, mate. More than welcome, mate. Right, I'm going to call it quits. But yeah, have a great evening, gentlemen, and we'll catch up next couple of days. And yeah, give me your numbers in the same way you got in touch with me, and I'll stick you on the West Ham Irons channel. There's only 4 of us, me, Frankie, Danny, and then, yeah, it's easy to chat whatever you want to chat through, get you on a couple of shows. That's the way it is. But yeah, Frankie, you've been on 2 shows. Thanks a lot. And the young boys, take care of yourselves. Yeah, don't drink too much rum.
See you later.
Yeah, cheers,
guys.
Bye. Long day for me. Night is young. The night is young. Get me and Frankie going out now, mate. That's it. Take care.
Right.
See you later.